And we are going to use the new contraption. So I am going to say my words. Yes, we're going to grab that and grab the big trailer and see if we can get this to work. I think we're right. Now, yeah, again, it's damaged though. I think we're going to have to stick the toolbox down. I can't see any other way. And it's going to be an unfold jobby like the other ones. Now, does this need a pickup head? I think it does. This is the one that you need a header. Yeah, exactly. Right, we're going to order one from the shop. It is true, I remember seeing it now. It's weird, when I looked at it, I thought, yeah, so you need to go to Forage Harvester Technology. Yeah, headers, I'm sure you do, and then it's in there. Oh, yeah, we need to ask the shop to deliver. Only, not through laziness, really, it is, yeah, it's one of those things sometimes where there are two of them. No, I'm not. No, I don't know about that, but there are definitely headers for. No, I think there are. I think I'm right actually. It is little ones as well. It's a nice pack. This is. Here we go. 2-row corn header. Oh, the grass pickup. It's that one there. Yeah. Wow, we've only just got enough. So it should have been 22,000. So we got it for pretty much half price. And it did. The fact it shows multiple. Hang on, it did that. No, it did show straw, the straw and the alfalfa. So yeah, we're good. Now let's reset that straight away, and we need to manoeuvre that. So it's still been a very reasonable thing, and also it may or may not have the fault that the one that I'm used to by Pepe. Which, as I said, I know it's got faults. Now then, actually, no, though, you weren't far off. Fantastic. Now we need to grab that. We may as well refill while we're this close. Why not? You know, remember, yeah, it's... Oh, no. Now then, which side is it? Is it? Well, yeah, almost. It really is quite central-ish, which I quite like. Oh, my bad. Knocking the trailer around. I'm going to knock it again with the wheel on that one. Just a little. Now I need to undo that, or it's not going to. And we're going to have a go with this. So it is. Now, is it? That is a point. Is it? Yeah, it is. It just literally drops it itself. Right, so I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Now, oh, come on. That's surely the Branton is allowed to do grass. You've literally sensed it. So, oh, let's check. Let's check. It might be that it isn't. I can't see it not, though. Well, no, it does do forage types. Yeah, it does do grass. It does do grass. So, for some reason, that is not. Do we have to unload it manually? So we've just destroyed all that grass. I hate, so it's like the Pepe. Oh, that is so annoying. You would never do that if you realised. Are we down? Yeah, we are down at automatic. No, it's still destroying. We must have destroyed at least a ton of grass so far. At least. So why is that not working? It's supposed to work on grass. Oh, hang on. What? No, it does show 127 litres. Can we leave it on? Stop unloading. Right, okay. I think we might be getting used to it. Yes, fantastic. Right, okay. Learning curve. Yeah, they don't ever do it around the corners. He says as it does. It's still not unloading. Still only got 127 litres in. You aren't unloading. You chucked it at the side of the field. Oh no, this is not going to work. No. No, we might have another go at some other time, but we don't want to. We can't afford to be wasting grass. I'd sooner work with a tool that I know is going to work and need to find out the foibles of this at a later time, because that's just that's rubbish. It is. There's no other way I can sort of sugarcoat that. No, I didn't want to be doing that. That's because you've got a it's not logical. You need to drop the middle one, which is really it's not very logical. Although I suppose in a way it is. In a way. Yeah, anyway, let's crack on. It's a bit of a blow, that is, because we've now spent an awful lot of money on a piece of equipment that isn't doing its job properly. I don't understand why. It's just throwing it out. I suppose we could try other trailers. I know I don't have access to this land. Yeah, I also do think it did kill some of the grass. We shall see. This could be more here than it looks. No, it wasn't. Yeah, now that actually was about a ton as I would have expected it to actually destroy. So I reckon it actually... Oh, wow, it has as well. What sort of tool throws things outside on the ground? Well, we never told it to unload anywhere else, so it really should have unloaded... Right, let's go backwards. I don't think it's wasted any, though. That's the one good news, because it could ill afford wastage. Oh. Right, I think that's everything, so let's get back on. Right, anyway, let's say my words. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. just realised, yeah, sinking feeling when you think, you don't always think. I was thinking of using that production shed as a storage. It's solid fertiliser, which is said to sell. So I've just sold shop bought fertiliser and obviously made a packet, and that was not my intention, even though it may look like a contrived story. I don't know how to fix it though, that's the real dilemma. Obviously we are going to be starting this later on, but I've just literally sold that, and that really also defeats the entire purpose of me doing that. Was literally to go up to the shop and grab the the 2 sets of that. I never thought of the and didn't realise how close we were to 9 o'clock. I don't know that the penny would have dropped. I don't think I've ever done that yet, ever. So I think that's the very first time I've done it. Really. So yeah, I think going forwards, as you do when you make a mistake like that, you usually learn and think, remember you've already done that. Not always the first time, I might add. Yeah, you don't always learn as quickly as you'd hope, but yes, that's a mistake that I now need to. Again, I know you're allowed to do it. I would never do it. I went down the shop to save the fact of buying the fertiliser up here. I will now buy it up here, but it does leave a sour taste in my mouth because we are, I'm trying to think, what would that be? 10 tonnes of about 3. It is about 30,000. It really is. We were almost destitute, and now we've got 30,000 that we really shouldn't have, because it's literally obviously direct sold on the hour whatever solid fertiliser we've got, which is obviously the 10 tonnes that I've just put up there. So yes, that's yeah, I do apologise for that. I don't know how to rectify it. Aha, fantastic. All we've got to do now then is grab the grass from that field as well. I am going to go back into the time lapse, but yeah, I just got that sinking feeling. I thought, oh, why have we got 30,000? And then I thought it couldn't. I did put 40 tons of water in the Omatana. We're still going to need a bit more. It's not going to be enough. I think we're going to need another 2 loads. We had 13 tons left or something, so it's got 53 tons, which isn't going to be enough. I think we needed 65 tons to do this field last time. I don't know if the yield is going to be down or what from that. But yeah, I don't know how to fix it. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, later on we would have money, and I'm not really worried about that. And I know I've got to buy that, but I don't. Obviously, it's very cheap fertiliser. I don't mind buying that. It's a genuine pack that we are allowed to buy. So yeah, it's cheeky and cheap. But as in real life, I have said that before, you can get it may be slightly inferior fertiliser. You know, I mean, it may be one of those things that's not as good as the top brand, so therefore it is cheaper. And there are things in real life where you can do that. So I'm not quibbling. You can often buy a cheap, not quite so good, it still gets the job done, but it's not as good as another brand which just got something else that you know does a little bit more than the brand that you've just bought. So again, it's believable in that way. But yeah, obviously I really did not do that to do that. I feel very strongly about that, and I have said that an awful lot about not doing tricks like that. In fact, I was only going on a couple of sessions ago about why I don't sell herbicide, because we can't make salt. Yeah, so I'd like to try that buying field 4, because if you look carefully on the map, it shows little tiny like marks. Actually, I think that's the shadows from the trees. Yeah, I think it is actually, looking at that. I was thinking that was yeah, but it does. So I'm wondering, I mean, field 5 has got, looks like a path that leads to that. No, how about, we've been through that, because it's not, it looks like it's supposed to be a development. Now we've seen that, it's like a production field. So that's the only thing I'm thinking, that it does come with another field, almost like as a, you know, a bonus that you're not aware of. But obviously we now are aware of the fact that there are a couple of these type things. I suppose it's a little bit like that one I said, there's some free land there, but it's attached to someone's house. Oh, that's my point, is if you buy the house, do you get the land? Maybe. So that's what I'm trying to say. Is this, if you buy field 4, because we know those, is that a bonus, which is still a free field technically, but what I'm trying to say is, if it is, then really the next field we should be buying is field 4. Or even if we've got them, I suppose, yeah, no, we could do that test thing where you put the money in at the end of a session and it doesn't really happen, and that way you would know if the field does become yours. That would be a good test, because if it did, then buying field 4 is a very good thing. And I am thinking, yeah, I was thinking, do we go for the farm now, or do we try and expand and buy the fields as quickly as possible, because they're all going to be grass to begin with, and do we leave them grass for a couple of times, just fertilise and lime them, and then later, I know we'll have missed this year, and that's what I'm trying to think, do we just buy grass fields for 1 year, hit them really hard, so that next year we can go into farming in a very grand style, buy all of our animals and do the normal things, work hard to undo the damage that's done by the evil takeover, because I've never think I've ever worked since FS19 actually, so in such that particular way, and it did work, which I always knew it used to do, which is why I used to do it, obviously. But yeah, we could do that again, really, where we stick to doing grass this particular year with the fields that we buy. Obviously we need to buy more mowers, and I think probably when we can afford it, a bigger one, a bigger capacities, one of their Matanas or something to I mean, I would like to get that working. Maybe it just doesn't like that particular thing, and it might be better to work with a forage wagon, really. It could be as simple as that. I don't really fancy, I mean, we could work it with this. I mean, I know you don't need to, but what I mean is just to see if it was just the trailer. I suspect it is. If it isn't, then I'll obviously won't be having that mod again, as I have with other, like the 4-shrift coupling trolley, which done correctly could be an absolute amazing bit of kit, but unfortunately doesn't play nicely with other mods, or is a bugged and doesn't work properly, one or the other. I can't really tell which, because Milk That Hen's used it, and he used it and he couldn't understand why I was getting it wrong, but it really is the fact that whatever I've got in my mod folder, something doesn't like the 4-shrift. It stopped working sometimes, then it would work, then it wouldn't work, then it wouldn't behave itself in any way. So yeah, it was one of those things that for me, Milk That Hen did a couple of videos to show that he had absolutely no problems with it whatsoever, but I really did. I was not making it up. It really is awful when I use it. So yeah, I had to get rid of it. And it also didn't always, yeah, it was like whatever was bugging it out, or if it was itself, although that doesn't seem to be the case, because if Milk That Hen could get it to work properly and he had no problems with it, then again, that it's probably some PC script based mod that was probably, because yeah, obviously I'm PC, and I think Milk That Hen is at the Xbox, or was it PS platform, I can't remember, but yeah, I think that's everything. I think. So let's just see, how much did we get from this time? Is it down on what we got before? Because obviously we didn't fertilise it this time. We will do going forwards now. Well, we didn't have a fertiliser thing, so yeah, that it was a little bit difficult to fertilise anything, but it still grows. No, it's about the same actually, looking at that. Yeah. So yeah, it's exactly that. That's what you'd get if you were just literally grabbing grass from this 120. Yeah, there's a little bit more because obviously it's already started to process, because we have got some water in there. Right, yeah, so I don't know. I will be guided by yourselves. Although, to be honest, I always say things like that, and obviously I've got to make decisions. Yeah, do we just try that now? It would be nice to see if it is actually working, because that is a forage, yeah, literally. So if that can't do that, then that really is not much use to us at all, because that is the trailer. If you switch the forage thing off, we don't have that on. It really is just a trailer that is specifically made for the function of grass and those type of crops, which is what I'm thinking this is going to prefer. In which case we can obviously buy the yeah, now we're using it as a trailer, so the fact that that is not engaged does not matter. Yeah, because we're not using that function. We're using this as we're using that as a trailer. So this is more of a test to see if this. Now we need to, yeah, that's it. Fold that again so that we can at least drive straight, and then we'll unfold it again. Pipe's still out, so we shouldn't need to worry about it. Can we get this to work with a proper? Yeah. Because if you can't get it with the normal and then you can't get it with the forage, then that really is quite bad. So now let's make sure it's still unloading. Let's make this a good test. Oh, unfold. Unfold. That would help. Now we turn it on, and then do we? Now this time it's not saying unloads. That makes you think. It can sense that then, so I think I'm right. It is down. Yes, I am. So right, the fantastic. That is good. Now obviously this is pointless with this particular one, but it isn't pointless if we buy a bigger trailer that is a forage type. Now there are some really nice ones. Am I going to buy? I think I am. I'm going to have the store deliver at the minute to try to make up for the fact that I didn't try to pull a stunt with the no, I didn't. I was not trying to pull a stunt where we made some money off that, because yeah, you can't keep going on. Why does it do that? Oh well, I'll cope with that. So we need 2 more fertilizers this time, which we aren't going to be putting into the yeah, it was a genuine mistake, I've got to be honest. And it is like, well, we're actually going to spend the money now on, I mean, yeah, when you say that though, obviously it still means we've actually profited from a thing that should never have happened. Or we could, no, yeah, it's untidy. It is, whatever way you try to do this now. Yeah, so there's some fantastic. I've not had a chance to use this set yet, and I've thought it's a fantastic set, very reasonably priced. Not as reasonably priced as the one that I can get, the 17 tonner, but again, 17 tons for this is not really fantastic. If we're going to do this, I'm thinking we go for this set here. Yeah, 35.7 is and it is a proper. Yeah, you can see that it is. Silage side type 1. Yeah, no, I like that. It's handbrake. Wow. Okay. Keep it blue. No reflectors. All reflectors. What does that mean? Is it at the back? No reflectors. I'm happy with that. We're going to use it on a field. One shouldn't really be. Yeah. Right. So now let us just quickly reset that, and we're going to fill that obviously. Then I'm going to grab that. Yeah, we've sort of spent the money, and that doesn't make it right because we've spent the money. But yeah, I don't really know if there is a way that I can fix that. I suppose I could give away the 30,000, as in like we could make that back, and then I can give away that. Yeah, it's not got the biggest to pick up, but it's legit. You just got to get your where you are right. So one thing I did love about, well, there's a few things I love about the Pepe one of these. It's got a fantastic pickup, but it also has got that TARDIS-like ability where it will destroy grass. It won't stop when the thing is filled. So that obviously is a bit of a problem. But I mean, I knew that. That I was just hoping that this. Yeah, I mean, the size of the pickup, that's just down to me being going over the grass in the right place. It's just one of those things. So, so it's detecting that as well. So this might switch off, or it might not. Let's have a look. Moment of truth. Is that? No, it's not thrown in. That's as much as it likes. Another one of those that does that. So it is also destroying, unless... Can we tell it to unload now? No, but that doesn't mean say it hasn't got a little bit of storage. So if we switch that off, and we need to, yeah, now having done this with the other one, really you just fold it back up and then we literally sort of, yeah, empty that into the, now could you do that with that PTO? Yeah, because the electrics aren't attached either. No, probably not, but it is very faffy if we literally take, and oh, you would obviously in real life do that, but if the game lets you do it, I've always gone with, well, I don't particularly like it, but we'll do it. So I think the game will let us get away with that, and obviously I couldn't do that if I was playing the manual attach. Do you know, no, let's do this properly. No, it's the middle one. Yeah. Of course, if it was a trailer, that is a point. I mean, because that, yeah, that is true actually. I was thinking about that. This is not really meant to do this, but that has got a power coupling. Would that lend its power to the trailer behind if it's coupled to it? And that is a question as a non-farmer that I can't really answer. Perhaps it does. Yeah, I mean, obviously this was a really much more of a test than anything. So we shall see when we hook up that or the trailer. Yeah, I'm trying to think, what is the right thing to do in this situation? As much as it's not nice, I think what we're going to do is, it cost us 2,000 for the fertiliser. We got 30 clear. Well, actually, it wasn't 30,000. I would say about 25,000. If we take a hit of 25 grand off the next 25 grand that we get, I think that is going to have fixed any problems that we have actually done. Right, we need to drop that and grab that. Yeah, I'm not sure with the power coupling because the electrics do. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, so there was a little bit. I don't know how much though. How much that's just shot off in there. Quite a bit. So it didn't destroy it. Well, that is good. The Pepe I love, I really do. But the fact that it destroyed was always one of those things where you like thinking, oh, you know, I've sometimes lost half a field because I got engrossed in Silver Run and then left of working, and it just disappears forever. It's gone for good. Right, smashing. So I'm hoping that now that we've done this, it's going to play nicely with that trailer. It should do, because it is obviously a... missed it. We also need... Oh no, we need to unfold it first. Then we need to switch it on and it goes down itself. Yeah, smashing. It is actually straight away working. Right, I am going to go back into that time lapse. So it's going to be a bigger amount, he says, as it's not... Well, we've not got to the grass. Right, yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. That's not actually working. That's a little bit... that's not sensing it. Yeah, that's literally loaded on. So it's a little bit temperamental about what it goes into. This is a proper forage. Yeah. It's doing it on the... Yeah, we need to stop unloading because it shouldn't do that. It's got to do it into the trailer. So at 20 grand that we've just wasted on this, yeah, it's not loading into it. It had 201 at the beginning. For some reason, it's just not liking this trailer, even though it's a proper forage. Yeah, it's not liking it. suppose this sort of makes up for the fact. Yeah, it does in a way, right? We're going to sell that straight back, which means we're going to take a loss for that straight away, because obviously it's not. So this is now going to be a bit of a destructive process. And so, yeah, my life. It's 20 grand or 4 odd grand. Okay, so we're taking a bit of a hit now. So really, we need to be grabbing a trailer that I know is going to work with this. Now, did we send the? Yeah, we did. So let's just. Yeah. Oh, 586. You've given me 500. I've not done anything. Oh well, I'm going to take this as penance. Yeah, I would have normally give myself that back, but we are not going to do that. We're going to go for one that is a pure and has been in the game for a long time. That is literally. I'm going to use a 17 tonner that I'm used to. I know it's not very large, but I can't guarantee that this is. Yeah, it's not seeming to like certain things. So I'm going to go for something that I know is pure forage, and it is reasonable as well. And we might, in time, test out other backs with it. But yeah, I know this one is also small. Not that. No, that is very small. I'm thinking one of my absolutely faithfuls that I go for, which is of course this in its other. Yeah, that is a true. That is the biggest, isn't it? It is, yeah. 3,180. So this is now costing us, obviously, to actually find out one that is going to work for this particular thing, which that's a bit of a pain. But then again, once you've figured this out, you can take that always to know that it's going to work well with a particular mod. So although it is a pain and it is costing us probably, so we're not profited really, or we won't have profited by the time we've actually got to the end of this, because we'll have wasted so much in delivery costs that I actually feel almost. And then there's the faffiness of this type of thing. Right, so we're definitely unfolded. And now that's a good sign. It's seeming to like that straight away. Yeah, it is. Without us even doing anything. It's unloaded us without us actually doing. I mean, the bad thing is obviously it's quite small. Let's have a look and see how effective this is. If we can actually get to the grass. No, it is. It's going straight in. It's harder for me to actually. Yeah, I've got to get used to working with it. That's down to me. That's nothing. Yeah, it's picking up nicely. Yeah, smashing. That'll do. I will obviously, yeah, because this is an interim. I'd like to sort of try. We might do a test at the end of one thing to see if we can find something that actually works nicely, where it's not going to cost me destructive loss of money. Where you literally, yeah, like we are now. I mean, we've literally just thrown away a few thousand on doing that type of thing with all the delivery costs that shouldn't have really happened, and the loss of 4 grand for the other trailer, all that type of stuff. Because if we're going to do this with external trailers, then I'd want to do it with the best, biggest trailer that I can. You know, like rather than 17 tons, where there was not much of a. What's the point in moving up from the 13 ton Pioneer, the SIP, when you've just bought a slightly bigger 14 tonner? You wouldn't do it. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. It's true. The whole point of this would be you'd go for a bigger trailer. It just stops picking up. Smashing. All that's fantastic. Let's fold that and switch to the trailer at the back. Yeah, I presume obviously it would mean that you could tip the trailer. I would think that you could. Now then, it's going to do the same as the other one ways, where you need to look away because the pipe sort of like. In real life, obviously, you could move the pipe, but obviously we know the pipe senses the trailer, so that's where mechanics sort of work against you. So yeah, is that? No, it's not great. It's a bush. Oh, and this is, yeah, we really shouldn't be coming this way. There's too much in the road. Oh, we're going to grab the Grenk. Oh. Yeah, now this is where this is a Pharaoh trek, where if you'd got a bigger trailer would be very, very useful, really. Let's have a look at this. I'm not sure. It's a tip, so it's going to go straight through that, isn't it? Huh? Okay, let's change the side and see. Right. Right, fantastic. Now that actually isn't doing much with the, yeah, the pipe's not terrible. That's probably the best I've ever seen that. It's just would be, in real life, it would push it a little bit. It wouldn't go through it like it is now, but it's not as bad as I've seen it when using other trailers with the Pepe one. So that's a plus. Yeah, with a bit of fiddling, we'll get this right. Yeah, it's a shame it wouldn't work. I mean, that's quite a few trailers it didn't work. And that one is a genuine forage type. That one really did shock me. Anyway, yes, is it worth going to a time lapse now? Really? Yeah, it is. There's still quite a lot to do. Yeah, I am going to say my words. Yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I'm happy with that. Now my work alarm's going to go off in literally 1 minute. It is. So I'm going to switch that off straight away. I apologise in advance, but yeah, I knew I was so close. I was hoping to finish this. It's not bad. It's not a bad little thing. Obviously, it's got a bit of foibles with the trailer that it uses, but its pickup is all right. I'm not sure about. Yeah, there are a couple of bits I think were down to me, and I was very careful to look backwards when I'd done a bigger windrow just to make sure that it was playing ball, and it did seem to be. So I think it was just placement of me not quite actually hitting the. It has got a big pickup, but it doesn't seem to have as big a pickup as the actual length of the what you can see, which it's still good. And I love the turning circle it's got. It's petite in so much as I love the fact that it doesn't really go heavily into that, and it looks almost realistic. The Pepe one with a lot of the bigger trailers, and again, I'm not going to go at Pepe stuff. I'm not. It's difficult to do because you're never going to know what trailers you're working with. It's more petite, this is, and so seems to work well with the trailers, quite nicely. So if we can find the right trailer for it, then it will be an asset, truthfully. Again, it requires a bit more concentration. The Pepe's is really good. It will handle almost anything, and very rarely missed the grass. Yeah, it would got quite a wide pickup, which is a real bonus. This has got a bit of a narrow pickup, so you've got to pay a bit more attention. You're going to miss it, which means then you've got to double back on your fields a little bit. So that's not quite so good, but it doesn't destroy crop. That's a massive plus. It's a very nice bit of kit. Definitely would use it again. Also, you can use it as a true forage, so you could actually use it for. It's obviously got an offset, which, having worked with the Pepe one, I think we can actually work with that. So, yeah, am I going to? Yeah, I probably will. I'm going to have a few minutes that I'll probably record tonight, drawing this up. Maybe. Yeah, I love the beautiful flowers. Wow. Yeah, they are. If you get a bit too close, they're just not quite right, but they are. Yeah, they've got that sort of type. If you get right, they're all right from a distance, but when you get a little too close, they look a little bit two-dimensional. But they are still beautiful. I absolutely do love that about the game. Right. Anyway, am I going to say goodbye? No, I'm not, because I can always add it on now. All I am going to say though is thank you very much for watching, and I truly do hope you are going to stick with me, and hopefully going to see you later.